We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With Karina ready in her chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
It is time for the ThinkSoJoE Show. I don't care who you're here for. Go away if you don't like it. Anyway, hey, we're here. We are here. Yes. All right, anyway.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you? I haven't seen you in a week.
I know. I'm really tired. I took a nap today.
Yeah, it's been a rough week. Been a rough week. It's been a good week. It's been like everything all at once.
A lot. Yeah.
Thursday we
took Tigger to the vet.
Yeah, we had to put Tigger down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So that sucked.
And I know both of us are kind of questioning, was it the right thing to do? But the vet seemed to think so. So yeah. I will trust her expertise.
Right.
I will, if she says, hey, this is what I would do. Who am I to argue with a vet?
Right.
I guess I'm gonna turn this up a little bit, the broadcast for the all WNY listeners, if there are any.
Right.
I don't know, podcast listeners too, which we get like 10 downloads a week still somehow.
Really?
Like you could literally just watch this show, guys. It's on YouTube, it's on Twitch, it's on Facebook. The YouTube episodes stay up forever. The Facebook episodes probably get muted. And the Twitch ones disappear after like 2 or 3 months. But like,
okay.
Anyway, but yeah, or you can still listen on the podcast, listen to all WNY. And we get paid for if you listen to the podcast, so it's cool. It's not much.
Yeah.
But it's something. We've made like a total of $20 since we've been doing this show.
That doesn't suck.
No,
I remember we can make 10 more bucks is if we watch some movies.
Yeah, we got to do that still. We just haven't had time.
I know.
Maybe tomorrow?
Tomorrow might work.
Maybe. We might have some time tomorrow.
For Return to Oz.
Yeah. So I asked you if you wanted to go to the New Kids on the Block concert next July, and you said no.
I said no, thank you.
I'm very surprised by this. I'm not really, but I'm very surprised by this.
Hanson is one thing. New Kids on the Block is completely different.
But did you see that lineup?
No.
Okay. So that's not why you said no.
What?
So it is New Kids on the Block, right? Headlining with Salt and Peppa.
Oh.
And Vogue.
Oh.
And, ready for this one?
No.
Rick Astley.
No.
I want to go.
You go ahead.
I want to go.
You go ahead. I think that.
I want to go see Rick Astley and go home. I will. We're going to the Sabres game next Thursday. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. They are now accepting fan requests.
Oh, fuck.
But unlike when I went to the preseason game on this past Friday, I will not request Never Gonna Give You Up. I will spare. I will not do that when you're there.
Okay.
I did tweet out. I said, guys, the Sabres are accepting requests now. Karina's not here with me, but if I don't make it home, you know what I did. And it's like, because it's like, what's your name? Where are you sitting? What's, oh, okay. I didn't know I had to put in all this information to be able to, be able to request. But I put it all in, and I requested Never Gonna Give You Up. And it said, what game situation? I'm like, power play, or no, a penalty kill, obviously, because we're never going to give up a goal, right? It makes perfect sense. So they didn't play it. We only took 2 penalties the whole game, so it was all good. I probably could request a Living Braindead song. I highly doubt that. But my issue, and the reason I haven't, I didn't decide to go with a Living Braindead song is I don't know if any of our songs are like clean enough.
Probably not.
Kevin's going to have to help me out on that one and let me know if anything's like clean enough where I could be like, yo, play this Living Braindead song. Maybe
Yeah.
Gur Arg?
Maybe.
I don't know. John has a microphone now.
Oh, God. Is that just for normal conversations?
I wish.
If he walked around with like a boombox and a microphone, so you could hear him.
Somebody, I think Laura asked last week why John needs a microphone, and I'm like, John needs a microphone just in regular everyday life, not just, not just at band practice.
Yeah.
Final Form, yeah, Final Form might be okay too. No, that's fucked up. Yeah, I had to think about it for a minute. I have an orange light on in the background, but I see it's like flickering a little bit, and I don't like that. So we're gonna put it back to blue like we did last week. There it goes.
Oh yeah,
That's better.
Nice.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. There is definitely an F-bomb in Final Form. Anyway.
Yeah.
And there's certainly one in Earth Angel. Oh, and you can hear all those great, wonderful F-bombs this Saturday night at the Tudor Lounge.
Oh, and probably a lot more F-bombs.
All WNY Punk Show 2021. What am I doing? I have like a lot of bass in my voice, I feel like. Do you hear that too? Or is that just me?
I think it's just you.
Maybe it's just me.
I think that's just how you sound.
Nope, I have the big bottom. There we go. That's a little better.
Okay.
That's much better for me.
Okay.
I had that turned off, and then I switched some settings, so it must have turned itself back on.
Well.
So, anyway. A very prominent one in Earth Angel, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's our first show back.
Yes.
Very excited to go finally get to kind of pay tribute to Brian in our own way. I mean, we got to put on that great benefit show a month ago,
right.
And that's that was cool to see other bands, put their, pay tribute to Brian in their way and do some cool things like Tokyo Monsters having a brief a Twin Lions reunion in the middle of the set, and Inherent Vice bringing up their original drummer for a couple of songs, and but it's finally time for us to do it our way, and the way we feel is best, and to try and honor his memory as best we can by going out there and melting faces, and and getting to do that with Johnny Revolting on the show with us. We've been trying to get them, trying to get on a show with them basically since we started. We did the stickers, the original set of stickers we did through Revolting Printing, the new set too, that'll be available on Saturday. We did all that through Revolting Printing, and ever since then, Andrew from Johnny Revolting and I are just like, man, we got to get on a show together. And we kept offering them shows, and just timing never worked out. And finally, when I went to go pick up the stickers this time around, I was like, hey, we got this show October 9th. He said, yeah, we're in.
Nice.
So we got them. We got Tsunami Tsurprise is going to be on that show as well. Typically, when I do a 4-band bill, we play all 4 bands on the podcast the week before. However, we're still looking for a 4th band. We had... a week and a half ago, this is a crazy story.
Okay.
About a week and a half ago, I had a band drop off the show first thing in the morning, but they replaced themselves. And you know what? I'm in this other band. We'll play. Like, okay, no problem.
Very
sure.
respectable.
Sounds good. Lucky 33 later in the day, they also had to drop off the show for health reasons, not COVID related, so don't worry about that. But they had to drop off the show, and unfortunately. Since then, I've been trying to find a replacement, and that has proven very, very difficult, apparently.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, Skulking Ghost, the band that replaced Tsunami Tsurprise, the guy messages me. He says, hey, you know what? Tsunami Tsurprise is going to play that after all. Skulking Ghost isn't going to play. Dude, as long as you show up with a band and play, we're cool. like let's do that. So back on the bill is Tsunami Tsurprise. We are still looking for one more band. We're lifting the punk requirement for that at this point. Johnny Revolting is apparently talking to a band, trying to get them on the show. So hopefully maybe we'll get everything kind of taken care of and have 4 bands. There was a conversation with Mark Strickland and myself the other day. Where Mark said, well, instead of finding a 4th band, why don't all the other bands just play longer?
Because it's punk time.
I said, well, one, everybody's been practicing for 45-minute sets.
Yeah.
Two, it's punk bands. We'd have to add like 14 more songs.
True.
And Kevin just did a full press on Instagram and Facebook. Nice.
Cool.
Anyway, and then Andrew from Johnny Revolting jumped into the conversation. He says, well, we could play 30 or 42 more songs. Fill up that extra 15 minutes. And we're doing a cover of Bro Hymn by Pennywise in honor of Brian. And I'm like, we could just add like 15 minutes more woes. So, yes, this is a Pinky in the Brain t-shirt. Anyway, but so yeah, I mean, we I guess we don't need a fourth band.
Right.
But then what do we do if we don't get a fourth band? Like, you could get more legit shirts here. Merch.ThinkSoJoe.com. Anyway, that was good timing, Laura. Anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, like, if we don't get a fourth band, I mean, I guess we could run with 3 and we just kind of rearrange times a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that. I want to. I've advertised 4 bands. I want to have 4 bands. I want you to get your value for your money.
Right.
And I'm not saying you won't get $5 value with the 3 bands that are currently on this show, but like, I've been advertising 4 bands, and I want you to have 4 bands. So I'm hoping. I mean, I have. There is like a backup plan kind of in place if we can't find it. It's not yellow sauce. It is a couple of people with acoustics, but it's not yellow sauce.
Okay.
And their concern when I asked them was, we don't have the full band, but we could play acoustic, but I don't think it would fit. And I disagree, but I told them, hey, I'm gonna keep you in mind in case any. Can we get someone to do DJ? So why the fuck not?
Right.
We just need an opener. I mean, not actually realistic. Like we're looking pretty much for a band to play third, but it's I can rearrange if I need to. But I've already basically told Johnny Revolting they were going second and that we were going last. So I don't want to. I don't want to ask anybody to do other times than they've already been expecting to do. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario is we have those acoustic artists opening, and then have Tsunami Surprise go third. We'll figure it out as we go along. But as of right now, it's Tsunami Surprise, Johnny Revolting, Living Braindead. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do our best to make Brian proud and honor his memory as best we can. Yeah, we're closing. We can fuck around as much as we want on stage.
Aww.
Which is exactly why I put us last, because it's like, we can do our whole set, not worry about time, and just, dick around, tell Brian stories if we want to, or whatever, so, it's gonna be fun. We're closing.
Yeah.
And what I like about Tudor shows now is they all end around midnight, and that's the other thing, is trying to push this to midnight, but, we don't have to do that, but it would be nice to be able to deliver on what we advertised. And,
right.
It is what it is. It turns out like a lot of fucking people are out of town this weekend. Yeah. I didn't even realize Scott mentioned it's a holiday weekend.
What's the holiday?
Columbus Day.
Fuck that shit.
Right, exactly. It should be Indigenous Peoples Day. We all know this. But
well, I mean, there shouldn't need to be an Indigenous Peoples Day because every day should be full of respect for everybody. But
I agree, but Kevin hopes he won't be too high by then.
I'll be at work, so I will be too high by then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other day. You couldn't get the day off, so
I know.
So instead, I'm dragging you to a Sabres game next week.
I'm really excited. I just hope that we can find Sabres Zubas.
We're going to the Sabres home opener next week.
Yeah, and the girls of Grosh are going to be playing the
Grace
national
and
anthem.
Megan from Grosh are going to be playing the national anthems.
That's really cool.
Doug Allen is not doing the national anthems anymore.
Are they like permanent replacement?
They're not the permanent replacement. I think
that would be pretty fucking sweet.
That would be cool. But Doug Allen is not doing the anthems anymore because he's like, well, I don't agree that everybody has to get vaccinated to come to the arena. Fuck you.
Oh.
I agree that everybody should be vaccinated. It was actually a pretty smooth process going into the arena. If you don't know this, because this was news to a lot of people as they showed up to the arena, if you were going to a Sabres game, you cannot bring a bag of any kind.
No, so pockets.
So make sure you have pockets or are with somebody who has pockets.
Yes.
They are not allowing bags of any kind. I saw somebody walking back towards towards downtown from the arena, telling somebody else, they told me I had to go put my bag back in the car. And then the other person's like, oh yeah, that's where we're coming from. We had to go put her bag back in the car.
Yeah.
And then I saw Marissa, actually, when they went to the game against Columbus the other day, she had to go put her bag back in the car. They haven't really articulated this, but if you go on the KeyBank Center website, it does say it is a league mandate that you're not allowed to bring bags. And I had a couple of, my initial thought, and I believe this is the truth behind this, is it's part of the no contact entry. They don't want to have to dig through your bag. They don't want to touch your bag. So I think that's part of it. And my other thought was like, fuck, these Nashville fans ruin everything because they got tired of people throwing catfish and fucking octopi and
that's fucking disgusting.
Rubber rats on the ice. Thank you, Florida, Detroit, and Nashville in that opposite order. Although if you want to go in chronological order, let's talk Detroit, Florida, and fucking Nashville, but you know, they got tired of that shit. So anyway, yeah, you've always been allowed to bring bags into venues, just depends on the bag policy. Unfortunately, this is, this one kind of sucks, but it's understandable if you think about it. And I'll tell you, the process to get in was very, very smooth. I went to the game against Pittsburgh on Friday, had front row seats right next to the Zamboni door.
That's so cool.
Wonderful.
That's so cool.
The place was like half empty. Like there was like nobody there. But like, you know, I'm sitting right next to the Zamboni door. I'm chatting with the head of security, watching just watching the game. What is the ice crew standing right next to me? I'm like, Karina would fucking love this.
Yeah.
But the process was very smooth. Like, you have to go in the side doors now. They don't let you go in the front doors. You have to go in the side doors. They have security standing out there. Just to check your vaccination.
Yeah.
Because right now, you have to be at least one shot into your vaccination. By the end of this month, they're requiring it to be full vaccination. So if you're wanting to go to hockey games or football games in Buffalo, you need to get your shots now, which you should have done anyway, because it's the fucking smart and safe and fucking right thing to do. But anyway. I've unfriended a couple of people over the last couple of days.
Partying outside.
They probably are. What else is new? I've actually unfriended a couple of people over the last couple of days because it's like, oh, vaccinations. Oh, Joe Biden sucks. I miss Donald Trump. Fuck you. Who the fuck are even? How the fuck do these idiots even end up on my timeline in the first place? I don't even know who they are. I was like, get rid of these idiots. But anyway. No, most venues will like look through your bag.
There's restrictions, like there's size restrictions.
Yeah, size restrictions. But they will like dig through your bag and just, okay,
they poke around with a stick because they don't want to like stick their hands in there.
Yeah, you don't have any weapons. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I get the policy, but it was very easy to, you just walk in, you show them your in my case, the Excelsior pass.
So, yeah. Good thing for the Excelsior pass, because where the fuck am I supposed to put my vaccine card?
Yeah, right. So you show them your Excelsior pass, and then once you get in, you go through the metal detector like usual.
Yeah.
They don't even have anybody there like scanning your ticket. You just stick it under this machine. It's like when you go to Target, you need a price check, right?
Okay.
It's exactly like that. You stick the barcode in there. And, they just look at the machine. They're like, you're good to go. Go ahead. Like, okay, cool. It's all contactless, which is really nice.
I mean, that's nice, but it also is really sad.
Yeah, I agree.
But that they're finding a way is really nice. I don't know.
I think, but it was a very, very smooth process getting in. So, it's... My initial thought was, how is this going to work? Because I'm going to have my Excelsior pass and then like quickly swap to my Ticketmaster app and be like, okay, here's the COVID and here's the ticket.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm glad they're in like separate sections. You can't get into the building without showing the proof of vaccination.
Okay.
And then once you're in, then you have to get your ticket app and all that. So, which I think you should still have I think you had the Ticketmaster app.
Yes, I believe it's still on.
I will. That's apparently, I don't know when they switched from tickets.com to Ticketmaster at the arena. It's kind of convenient, and it also kind of sucks because fuck Ticketmaster. But they have doors to stop people who don't have tickets. Anyway. But yeah, but yeah, that's been, it was a very easy, smooth experience. I was kind of worried about how that was going to go, but it was just, you walk in the door, you walk through a metal detector, you scan your ticket, you're in. So
good.
And then right upstairs, and right up to your seats. So, and I mean, of course, you've got your vendors and all that. Like,
the vendors are still open.
All the ones that I walked by to get to my seat, which weren't many to be fair, because I was on the 100 level and like kind of close to the front of the building. But yeah, for the most part, like everything I walked by seemed to be open.
Okay.
So the lady I paid with my credit card. She's like, I accept tips. I'm like, can I tip through the credit card machine? She said no. I'm like, all right, that's all right. I got cash. So I tipped her a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
I was like, here you go. Why the hell not?
What did she do that deserved a tip?
Showed up to work.
Okay.
I mean, you got to figure, like, a lot of these people haven't worked in a year and a half.
I understand, but usually tips are for
good service. I understand, but I mean, I'm not
saying like, hey, we accept tips. That's kind of being like, I'll take your money.
We accept tips. Tips.thinksojoe.com.
Or merch.thinksojoe.com. We'll give you something for your money. We're not just taking your money.
Yeah. I don't know. I was in a good mood. I was back in KeyBank Center for a hockey game.
Yeah.
Finally getting to see the Sabres, like the actual like big club Sabres playing. Against the Pittsburgh Penguins, minus Sidney Crosby and minus Evgeny Malkin, who are apparently both injured. I was like, oh man, like I come to a Penguins game and I don't even get to boo Sidney Crosby. What the fuck? But it was a pretty pleasant experience, and I was just in a good mood. So I was like, yeah, here's a couple of bucks. Why the hell not? I think just being bold enough to be like, hey, I accept tips was like enough to be like, here's a tip,
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like having a tip jar out is enough of saying, hey, I accept tips.
But she didn't have a tip jar up, so
Well, then maybe they don't actually legally accept tips.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Like,
she had the balls to be like,
give me money.
We accept tips. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm giving you a tip here. Couple of bucks. I'm sitting front row at a hockey game. I'm in a good mood. I paid $25 for that seat.
Yeah.
Which is about a third of what I paid for 2 seats in the 300 levels for this upcoming game against Montreal next week. But I was planning on going anyway, and then when Grosh announced that they were doing the anthem, it's like, okay,
that's really cool.
Now I have to go. And of course, there's the party in the plaza beforehand. I can't find any information.
Yeah.
Last year, not last year, but the year before, for the home opener, I went to that. I was against New Jersey, and they had the Strictly Hip were playing.
Cool.
And then they had all like the Sabres captains over the years walk the gold carpet into the arena. They had like this whole procession of limousines. Like they picked them up somewhere, dropped a couple of them off, went and picked up another couple of them up, and came back. Like, so I don't know why. I don't know why you couldn't fit all those people in one limousine, but what are you gonna do? It's like, here's Adam Mayer. I'm like, when the fuck was Adam Mayer the captain of the Sabres? And I look it up. It's like, oh, he was the captain in March of 2015. Like, oh, that's right. We did monthly captains for a little while. Currently don't have a captain on the Buffalo Sabres.
Is that so?
We do not, because our previous captain has been stripped of his captaincy And we don't know how much longer he's going to be a Sabre, but it's highly doubtful he'll ever wear a Sabres jersey again.
Really?
Yeah. Good riddance. Anyway, we were so excited when we drafted Jack Eichel. I was in the building. I was at the KeyBank Center when they made the announcement. They were having a draft party. Yeah. The whole arena just goes nuts when they just walk out. And like, they didn't do the whole, with the second pick in the NHL, they literally just walked to the podium and said, Jack Eichel, and walked away. And just the whole arena just erupts. All the handful of people that were there, just kind of celebrating, watching the draft, knowing we were going to get Jack Eichel. Because it was, Eichel and McDavid were the two big players that year. And obviously Edmonton with the first pick was going to get McDavid, who hasn't helped them much either. Just like Jack hasn't helped us much. But that's, a lot of that is coaching. And I will maintain that. I will stick with that, some people kind of disagree. Well, the players are but the players are doing what the coach is fucking telling them. These guys didn't make it to the NHL because they're shitty hockey players.
Right.
These guys made it to the NHL because they're skilled at what they do. Somebody somewhere saw potential in them to bring them up to the National Hockey League. But you've got this coach, and this isn't about our current coach, but you've got this coach who's a soccer player, a soccer coach.
Oh.
He's not a hockey coach. He's a soccer coach. Somebody had said, oh, well, he'll have outside the box ideas. It'll help. Like, obviously it didn't fucking help. We finished in last place and fired the dude before the end of the year last year. So hopefully with our current coach, things will turn around and be better. Who knows?
Right.
Something needs to happen in Buffalo for the Sabres. I mean, it's happened for the Bills. Why not the Sabres?
True. And you know what? They need to get some Sabre Zubas. Seriously, if any of you guys see any Sabre Zubas leggings, I take a large. I will pay you back. Please.
Yeah, you mentioned that before I went to the game on Friday.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, they had a deal going on. I don't know if still, I guess it's while supplies last, so maybe it's still going on. You buy $100 worth of merch and you get a Sabres, what was it, like
a pint set.
Pint glass set. And it was like, oh, that looks nice. I'm like, I wonder if I could spend $100 in the Sabres store.
I think it would be really easy for you if you wanted to.
I didn't really want anything, though. Like, the only thing I really looked at for a minute was, like, one of the same hats I already have, but, like, in my size. Because those type of hats they're small, medium, and medium large.
Okay.
And I bought the medium large. I need the small, medium.
Okay.
My head's not that big, apparently.
Okay.
So I was looking at it like, I kind of want to buy another one of these, but I also own one of these, and it's not that big on me, but still. So I didn't buy anything. Okay. I did look around. I did look for Sabres colored Zubaz, and I could not find them. I went to the mall on Saturday, and I looked around the Buffalo store there.
Yeah.
The closest thing I found, they had a T-shirt. It said, "Let's go Buffalo," and in the word Buffalo, they had the Zubaz print in blue and gold. But all the leggings and pants and everything they had that was full on Zubaz was red, white, and blue.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
So, but yeah, I did buy a scale when I was at the mall.
A scale. Oh, yeah.
Scale.
So Fitbit scale.
Yeah. Here's what I did. I like to do custom shirts when I play shows.
Right.
And I had asked, I'd asked my drummer and my fill-in bass player, hey, you guys want anything custom while I'm doing a shirt for myself? I'm doing a Silence the Cynic shirt. You actually see it in the background over here. And my drummer goes, I want a Silence the Cynic shirt. Like, okay. So I made 2 different Silence the Cynic shirts. Just so we're not wearing the same thing. And I went to Michael's. I got the shirts. I got some heat transfer vinyl because I wasn't sure if I had enough white. Yeah. And then they didn't give me a bag, right? Because you can't get bags anywhere really, unless you ask or you buy like a tote bag or whatever. And I just like, shit, I didn't think about this, right? Oh shit, I'm not recording the audio of this anywhere. Oops. Oh, well, I will rip it from the video later. It'll be fine.
It'll be great.
It'll be fine. It'll be perfect. Anyway, it'll be the exact audio you're getting here, except with an ad in the middle. But anyway, so yeah, they don't give you a bag. So I'm like, great. Now I'm carrying around 3 T-shirts and a thing of, what do you call it? Heat transfer vinyl, walking around. So I'm like, I have an idea. I'm going across the street to look for, I'm going to go to Bed Bath & Beyond and look for a scale anyway. So let me go to Dollar Tree on the way, and I'll just buy like a little, a bag.
Yeah.
Figured they would have like tote bags. They don't. So I bought like a little gift bag, right? A little paper gift bag, just nondescript red, paper bag with handles. Bought that, walked outside, put my stuff in the bag, handle rips. So now I got to carry it around, but it's still easier than carrying around, 4 things. I just got the one thing. So we'll finish this story when we come back from a song break. This is a band called Whitetails.
Okay.
They have an EP release this Friday at 8 p.m., I think. I might be getting this wrong. I didn't put the time for some reason. At Nietzsche's. Their EP is called Steering Fate, and this song is called Fear on All WNY and ThinkSoJoE Show.
Fear on the brink of every sigh. You are, will always be the turning point of greed. Home, carry yourself home. Lean upon your tree, breathe upon its leaves. Every inch that takes a mile frees you of your fear. Takes a mile and frees you of your fear. And once you realize you've no control of anything,
It's set. Oh, there we are. Okay. It was set to the same time as the one we did for Brian with the video. That's why it's so long. Yeah, we had to put Tigger down, unfortunately, on Thursday.
That sucks.
But anyway, so as I was saying before the break, I went to Bed Bath & Beyond because I'm like, oh, that seems like a good place to buy a digital scale.
Yes, that makes sense.
So I've lost a ton of weight, and I know you like to check your weight, and so it was like, I'm tired of trying to look at these little tiny fucking lines on this old analog one we have and be like, I think I'm at like 112 or like 212.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I need a digital scale. So I go and can't find one in Bed Bath & Beyond. You know what else I can't find? A fucking employee to be like, yo, where's your digital scales? So I didn't see one. I went and I kind of looked like twice through the whole store. And I'm like, yeah, fuck this. They don't have them.
Yeah.
So I went over to Best Buy thinking, okay, this might be another place that might have digital scales. So I go to Best Buy. I'm looking around. I don't see them. Can't find them anywhere. So I'm like, I guess I'm not. That's why we can't have nice things. I guess I'm not getting a scale today. So I left Best Buy and I'm walking like out through the mall. I pull up the Best Buy app and I search for digital scale. It's like Fitbit digital scale in stock in Hamburg. Like, oh, okay then. Let me go check. So I go back in and I'm looking around. Finally, somebody's like, hey, can I help you? Like, dude, do you have like digital scales? Yeah, we got a couple right over here. He says, there's this one that's 50. It's by Fitbit. And then there's this one by Garmin that's 150. And I'm like, yeah, let's go with the $50 one. It's more than I anticipated spending.
Yeah.
But it was like, it's something I want. It's something I think would be beneficial to me. Yeah, Karina's face after that noise, after you knocked the can of air over. But then I'm looking at it as I'm like walking. I'm like, do I need a Fitbit for this? I don't own a Fitbit. So I ask when I got to the counter, and they're like, no, you just probably, you need the Fitbit app, but you don't need an actual Fitbit.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. So I bought it. I came home. I figure worst case scenario, if I can't use it without a Fitbit, I could just return it. But no, I can use it. You can use it. You don't even need the app. The app just logs it for you.
Okay.
Keeps track, so you get a little a little graph showing you your progress.
That's cool.
So I got home. I downloaded the app and I synced it with the scale and put the scale in there and put the other one somewhere else. Like I'll just put it out of the way for now because I don't know what we want to do with it. Because it's still a good scale. It still works.
Right.
So it's been in there, and then I got into a conversation with Kirsten, who did all the art for all of Brian's projects.
Right.
And because she had commented on my post saying, oh, I love my Fitbit, and I'm so glad I got one. And I happened to go on Slick Deals while I'm in the middle of this conversation, and I saw, they have this particular. I also wanted a heart rate monitor because I got back into finally doing DDP yoga again.
Yeah.
So I wanted a heart rate monitor. I'm like, okay, the best way to go about this is if I just got a Fitbit, right?
Right.
So I'm looking them up, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to spend that much money. So I saw one that went up for like $85 on sale on QVC. It was regular, I think, $130. I'm like, that's a really good value. Like, I don't think that one did the heart rate monitor stuff though, so it wouldn't have been such a great value.
Okay.
And by the time I saw it on Slick Deals and got to the QVC website, it's like, oh no, it's sold out. I can't get it. So I was like, all right, let me just search on Slick Deals for a Fitbit.
Yeah.
And it came up with your mileage may vary. YMMV, your mileage may vary. Clearance at Target, the Fitbit Versa 3 for $114 something, and it's regular $230. It's half price.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, and it's not going to show up on the website because it's a clearance item. So it's not going to show up at that price on the website. So there is a site out there called BrickSeek that you can, if you hear about a clearance sale or something, you can go and check and see if your local retailer has it.
Cool.
And it said, in stock at Delaware Target. Like, well, shit. All right. It was already like after Target had closed for the night. So I'm like, I think I'm just gonna stay up. I'm gonna go first thing in the morning. I didn't. I took a nap. I still got up and I went and I got there right when they opened. And I get to the electronics section and I'm looking at the Fitbits and I see the one that's supposed to be on clearance. It was just a specific color. But there's no clearance tag. It just is $230. So finally, I asked the guy working at the electronics counter. I said, "Hey man, if typically if something's on clearance, there's a tag, right?" He said, usually, but sometimes. I said, "Well, listen, man, I'm not supposed to say that I saw this on BrickSeek, but I saw this on BrickSeek. They said that you have the Fitbit Versa 3 in blue and gold for half price clearance." He said, "Do you want me to check?" I said, "Would you?" He gets his little, price scanner gun thing and goes and gets the thing out. He says, "You said this one, right?" I said, "Yep." Scans this 114. Yep, let's do it. So now I own a Fitbit.
Nice.
Guys. So I only paid half price.
Good for you.
It monitors my heart rate. It monitors my sleep. It monitors my oxygen level.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it does all kinds of crap. It monitors my footprints. It tells me when I have messages on my phone that I need to look at.
Neat.
So, only if the phone is not on is not on silent though. If the phone is on vibrate, the watch will vibrate.
That's cool.
When so that's pretty cool. I like technology.
Yeah, I don't.
I do. I love technology. It wasn't something that was like on my radar until Kirsten started telling me how much she loved hers.
Yeah.
And then when I found one for half price, it was like, oh, this just makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I still had to talk myself into it because, like, I don't really want to spend $115 or whatever. And it came out to like 125 after tax, of course. I don't really want to spend that, but it's a $230 item.
True.
So let me go and get that, and they're gone now. So if you're looking for one at half price, they're gone. Poof. I happened to get one, and I went on Slick Deals as I'm walking up the parking lot to the bus stop to come home, and somebody had asked, "Oh, are they out on a clearance rack or are they in with the other ones?" I said, "Mine were in with the other ones and not tagged, so you might have to ask," just like I did. So. Yeah. I don't know how I don't know how the damn thing works. It just works. Actually, I know how it monitors your heartbeat. Is that there's a little green light on the bottom of it. Let me see, you can probably.
Oh yeah.
A little green light on the bottom of it, and it because red doesn't absorb green, so your blood just reflects back at it, so it can tell it can tell the pulse.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool. I don't know how it measures the oxygen, though. There's like a red light under here. I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I just wanted to know how it measured the heartbeat. So, but then the day I got it, I was like, all right, let me do some more DDP yoga now that I have a heart rate monitor and can actually tell if I'm, doing everything right, basically. And sure enough, it was helpful. And I ended up doing 2 DDP yoga workouts.
Good for you.
Mostly because like if you have like just the streaming version, it auto plays like Netflix would the next workout.
Okay.
So it's like I'm sitting there. I just finished the energy workout, and I'm like, it comes up like, oh, here's DDP yoga fat burner. Like, all right, fine. let me fucking do that. Nobody here drinks Coca-Cola. Fuck out of here with that shit. Nobody here has ever intentionally drank Coca-Cola willingly. It's always been like, we have Coke, is that okay? Fuck, fine. Unless it's like, cherry Coke. Cherry Coke's okay. Vanilla Coke's okay.
I drink Diet Coke at work.
You know what I like is like the Coke remix machines.
Oh yeah, where you can make your own flavors.
Yeah, because then I could get like vanilla Barks.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's always that's like my favorite thing to, or like cherry vanilla barks. I think you could do,
Yeah.
which is like
Too much.
yeah, I don't know. I like cherry vanilla stuff. Like I miss cherry vanilla Pepsi.
Yeah.
Pepsi, if you're listening. Anyway, not sponsored. Anyway, but no, but yeah, we're definitely both drinking. At least I'm drinking a lot more water.
Oh, I'm not. I'm drinking lots of Monsters.
I mean, one bottle of water for me is still a lot more water than I was drinking because I was drinking like zero, and just straight up like you might as well inject Pepsi into my veins.
Right.
But yeah, banana Coke, is that a thing? I don't know. It might be okay.
Dude, you guys. Okay, so I made this mistake, and this is hilarious. I love you, Mom. Mom, are you listening, Mom? So I made this mistake. You know how the typical, like... Okay, so I had a pudding cup. And then it was really good. So I had another pudding cup, and my mom sat there and watched me eat 2 pudding cups. And a light bulb went off, and she was like, Karina likes pudding cups. And she went to the store, and she bought a pack of lemon, a pack of chocolate, and a pack of banana pudding, and put them in the fridge. Now, she did the right thing. She put them in the fridge, because cold pudding is better than room temperature pudding. But if it's chocolate pudding, I would eat it at any temperature. Just, for future pudding reference. Yeah, so I have lots of pudding at my mom's house if anybody gets a hankering for some banana pudding.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really glad she got banana. Like, I don't know if I'm going to eat it, but I'm glad she got it. It's probably going to taste like...
Orange, you glad she got banana?
Oh, knock, knock.
We're sitting here before the show, and Karina's like singing the Tetris theme song.
I sure was.
And she's like, I wonder if there's a Ska Tunes Network version. There is not, but there is a couple of ska versions. There's a punk version.
Yes.
And we found like a couple of versions of like the Pac-Man theme song. And you're like, have you ever heard the song Pac-Man Fever?
Yeah. And I realized.
And I'm like, hold that thought. And I pull out the vinyl. Like,
so we listened to it.
And I'm like, you remember we had that conversation because you thought it was by Jerry Garcia?
Hi, Mom.
Your mom's in the chat. She says, Karina, bite me.
I have, for the record, I believe I've eaten 2 of the chocolate snack packs so far. Mom, I'm not mad. It was cute that you saw me eat 2 pudding cups and you were like, Karina wants pudding.
I wish I could, Laura. I wish I could. Unfortunately, that does not exist any longer. But there's a System of a Down version of the original Zelda theme.
I did not know that.
I was not aware of that.
We're going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it was a snack pack.
I'm sure it was.
It wasn't. It was Checkers.
Yeah, Checkers.
Baconzilla.
These are my cheat days. Days you're home. Like I want something.
I'm not cooking shit. I cook all week.
She's like, I want something fast, but not mighty.
Yep.
And I would have been okay with mighty, but you're like, let's get Checkers, and I'm like, okay.
Bacon.
You're like, I'm gonna get a Baconzilla, and I just instinctively said, yeah, me too.
Yep.
And then I'm eating this Baconzilla, and I'm like halfway through it. I'm like, why did I order this? Why didn't I see if they had anything with like chicken instead?
True. Or I was gonna say a Baconzilla Junior or something, like 1 beef patty and half the bacon.
Yeah, it was a lot of fucking food.
It was. And then I ate my funnel fries because I was gonna save my chili cheese fries for later.
Yeah.
And then I ate my chili cheese fries. I was just gonna have a bite. And then they were gone.
Yep.
It was all delicious though.
She was sad when she saw that she got to... No, she said, oh, no, when she got to the end of it. Didn't you?
I did say, bless you, I did say, oh, no, I was upset. I'm not going to have cheese fries for later.
How many Brian stories have I worked? None. We got to go. We'll do those on the fly, man.
Oh.
I'm not thinking about what we're doing in between songs. I just want to make sure I can play the fucking songs. And Dan, for that matter. He's been with us for a month. He seems to have everything down. It seems like everything's going to go well. had to teach John a song or two too. So just, kind of like, because this is the first time John's playing a couple of these songs with us. One of the songs we're playing for the first time ever together.
Yeah.
So, and we also had to kind of be like, you know what, that drum part doesn't work. Fix that, please. Yeah. And he did. And the new song that we played at the live stream that we're gonna play in front of people for the first time is, it's better now.
That's great.
It wasn't bad before. It was just like I had to just kind of keep the count in my head of what I was playing on guitar, because like the drums were throwing me off.
Oh.
And because it wasn't bothering Brian, I didn't care, right?
Yeah.
But Dan was like, something's not right in this chorus, and we came to the conclusion that now the drums need to do something else.
Yeah.
And they do, and it works much better. So. Well, come to Tudor. You'll hear John sing backup vocals.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's got a mic now. I mic'd him at practice. I remembered almost everything I needed to bring to practice this week. So here's the thing. Last week, we have a headphone amplifier, and it takes 1/4-inch jacks, and all the headphones we have 1/8-inch plugs, so you need the adapters.
Yes.
I bought adapters, because the only adapters I had are plugged into this board, and I can't not have them here.
Right.
So I bought adapters, and I forgot to bring them last week. So we managed to come up with a solution so that the three of us could all still hear. And so that, luckily. And then this week I made sure I put those in my bag. They were ready to go, and I put the mic stand with my bag that I forgot to bring for John last week. Had that ready to go. Had everything ready to go, and I grabbed everything, and I got in the car. I'm like, I got everything this week, and we drove all the way out to Lockport, and we got there, and I took the adapters out of the bag and realized, fuck, I didn't bring headphones. And I know John doesn't have another pair because the pair he's using I brought to him.
Right.
So it's like a band Walmart trip. So we go to Walmart, and they got all of the headphones, even the cheap ones, locked up.
Yeah.
You got to ring a button for service.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't want to talk to people. Fine, I'll push the button. And push the button. This old guy comes over. Yeah, I want a pair of headphones. Which ones? Fuck, I don't know, man. I can't look at the boxes. They're in this fucking case. I think maybe the skull candy's on the bottom if they're not Bluetooth. Because I can't do Bluetooth because it's a wired connection I need.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me look at these two on the bottom, and the skull candies had. And then as I'm leaving, I realize, they're limited to 80 decibels. They won't go any louder at ever than 80 decibels because they want to protect your hearing. And that's fair. Because I know I'm stupid enough to crank my headphones. So I'm just like, these, they just got to get me through today. I don't even give a fuck. If they're good, then I can leave them at John's house and not have to worry about bringing fucking headphones here every week. So I put them on, and they were fine. They were loud enough. They were perfect. But it was still like I had to go spend $20 because I forgot to bring headphones. And there's no way I would be able to hear without them. Right. Because we don't have amps in the room. Like, we'll have them at fucking Tudor because we need them. Right. Because that's, they only have the one big monitor right at the front of the stage. We need to make sure John can hear everything. So we finally got back, and we got John plugged in with his microphone and got everything set up. And then during the last song, I stepped on my fucking headphone cable and unplugged them. So I'm sitting there, and I can only hear drums, and I can hear, Dan and I doing the background vocals. Yeah. Because Kevin's not there. So we're doing the backup vocals, and it's like, oh, yeah, I can't hear the guitar, so I hope I'm playing this song right. I should be. It's the first song we ever wrote together, and, I've been playing it for 2.5 years now or whatever, right. So... but still, like, it was still kind of like, man, that sucks. Is Karina joining the army? Those leggings.
I know.
Hey,
John Johnson.
We found blue and gold camo ones somewhere, didn't we?
They were Rams.
Oh, that's right. They were Rams. Fuck that. Fuck the Rams. No Rams merch in this house ever.
Okay.
nor Seahawks, nor fucking Cardinals.
Whatever.
Only one NFC West team in this house. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so that all happened. Anyway, and then we ran through all the songs. We only had to restart a couple of them.
That's good.
This is the first song we ever fucking wrote. That's a Brian quote right there. Fuck, we should all say, "How's everyone doing tonight?" We should coordinate that on Saturday. Sync up how we're gonna do "How's everyone doing tonight" in OK Boomer. But that's to kind of get that Brian style. I don't know, because we're like, who's gonna say it? Somebody's got to say it. But yeah, but yeah, everything went pretty smoothly, and we're looking forward to Saturday and hanging out all day. Yeah. Finally, and getting to be all in the same room and not at a funeral. And
right.
For the first time since last year.
Right.
The band practiced right after the live stream. So, and hopefully we'll do Brian proud on Saturday with the LWNY punk show, and us playing that and trying to get get his keep his memory alive and keep his music out there and all that fun stuff. And I got a nice little banner to go over my amp. I couldn't get it to stay on. So you know what I had, because it wouldn't Velcro directly to the grill cloth.
Okay.
So I stuck Velcro on the corners of the grill cloth and tried to put them on like that. And that didn't work either, because they kept falling off. So I was like, you know what I need to do? So I put a couple of Velcro squares right on top, above the grill cloth, like directly on the amp itself. And then took a longer strip of Velcro and put that on the back of the banner and put it up so it's hanging where it should be. It's just not attached it's not attached to where it should be. Oh. But it looks good.
It'll be good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
And, did you see it coming in here? It's right behind you there. Anyway, you can't see it on camera even if she moved, but.
Nope.
But yeah, that's so doing what we can to pay tribute. We have new merch, by the way, coming out this Saturday. Yeah. We're not offering it online just yet, but we probably will after the show if there's any left.
Right.
Because we have a limited number. It's basically a test run here. I was out at a show and wearing, I think it might have been the memorial show, wearing my Living Braindead wristband. That's me bringing Brian with me in spirit. And a couple of people were like, "Hey, do you sell these?" I'm like, "No, man, these were for the band." And a couple of people asked. So it's maybe this might not be such a bad idea. So I made a couple the other day, and I made them way too big, the logos. I'm like, if I shrink these down, maybe we could sell them. So I shrunk them down, and I got 14 good ones and one that's missing a tooth. But I mean, they're all missing teeth, but they're not noticeable except for the one, because it's hard to do that, hard to do these and keep all the detail. But it's there, it's ready to go. Yeah. So we've got some wristbands ready to sell on Saturday.
How much are you gonna charge for those?
$5.
Cool.
Yeah. So we have those. I was supposed to get 18, and somehow I only got 13, or 15 rather. Okay. And so I reached out to the distributor and got refunded for three more of them. So I paid for 12 and got 15. Okay. So when I paid for 18 and should have gotten 18, but it was cool for them to refund me for the whole thing and be like, "Yeah, you don't got to send them back." Like, cool. Play a vinyl. I would love to play a vinyl. Anyway, and put it next to the microphone. I could do that. Actually, I can't. I would have to reach a microphone over there. I don't have any more mic cables. No. They're all at John's house. Yeah. I got to buy more mic cables.
I feel like you've been saying that for a minute.
I bought more mic cables. We hooked up all the drum mics. We hooked up vocal mics, and now there's no more new mic cables.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is it's up here. This is Tsunami Tsurprise, who's opening the show, probably, depending on what happens between now and then. This is Tsunami Tsurprise. This is the one song I could, the newest song I could find by them. We've played it before.
Yeah.
This song is called Space Cops and Intergalactic Robbers on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. Tsunami Tsurprise on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Good stuff.
Yes, it is. You can hear more of that good stuff on Saturday night at Tudor Lounge.
Yes.
7 o'clock doors, 8 p.m. showtime, unless we can't find a fourth band, then we'll figure it out from there. I don't know what the plan's going to be if we don't, but we'll figure it out. We will.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. We might start the music late and end the music early. Is probably like maybe start at 8:15 and end at 11. I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out as we go. I am also looking forward to their set. We've played them before on the show. I really dig that song.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what else they got,
Right.
and also I'm really looking forward to finally getting to share a stage with Johnny Revolting.
Right.
We have not been able to do that yet. We've been trying like hell for the past 2 years, but timing just never worked out.
Yeah.
And that's, we're all old. We all have kids, and we're all kind of like, okay, well, we can't do that date. No, oh, Valentine's Day? Nah, can't do that. Gotta take the wife out to dinner. Like, okay, dude, whatever. Congratulations on celebrating Valentine's Day, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, no, it's cool though, because those guys are like punk rock icons in Buffalo, and I can't wait to finally get to share a stage with them. Finally have them on an all WNY show.
Yeah.
Because it's been so hard to book them because of scheduling, and it's when you get to be our age, it's like, okay, well, we got to find time where everybody's not working and everybody's not got family obligations, and so finally this worked out for us.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to having them. Also really looking forward to us finally getting to let all this emotion out.
Yeah.
That we've been probably, if the rest of the band is like me, has been like building up, and it's only gotten worse since Brian passed.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I lost a friend a few days before Brian died. And Whisper died a couple of months before that.
Yeah.
And then Brian died, and then I lost another, I don't want to say a friend. It wasn't anybody like I knew like in person and hung out with, but it was somebody who was like loosely affiliated with Board Wrestling Fan in a way.
Yeah.
We lost in Benson, and then this week lost Tigger, and then Mark. Yeah, I noticed I'm out of focus, and I don't understand why. It's weird. I don't know what the deal is with that. The background's in focus. We're not. It's weird. I don't know. I might have to try and just show off something on my desk and see if it fixes it. But yeah, like this here water bottle. Let's put that up. I can't get it much closer than that. It's not going to focus on that either. I don't know. I have no idea what the focus issue is now. Oh well. Anyway, just deal with it.
Ow, fuck.
Ooh, careful. There's a desk there.
Really?
Anyway, I'm out of focus. You're in focus. Maybe if I sit back, because you moved. I think maybe that might have something to do with that. So
I'm sorry, I can't hold still.
I understand.
I mean, like, literally, I cannot hold still. My chair will not hold still.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, friends who passed away.
Yeah.
Of course, Tigger last Thursday, and then Mark, I just found out last night.
Yeah.
Mark Noyce. And Noyce was my co-host for a number of years on Board Wrestling Fan, and also the guy who said, hey, why aren't you doing voiceovers?
Yeah.
Why, I'm doing voiceovers. Why aren't you? You should do them. Here's how you get into this. And got me, and then subsequently through me, got a lot of my friends into doing voiceover. So if you're doing voiceover because you saw me doing voiceover and we're like, hey, how do I get into that? Mark Noyce is to thank.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noyce passed away, Laura. Just I don't, in the last couple of days, I guess. I found out yesterday, so I don't know how long he was dead before they found him, but I found out yesterday. And again, he was one of my co-hosts on Board Wrestling Fan, and just, there was weeks where he couldn't make the show, and I would sit there and just try and do like the worst fucking English accent you've ever heard. And I'd be Noyce for the week. and he always, he would always be like, hey, your accent sucks, but I really liked listening to it, So yeah, unfortunately, it's been a rough year for me, losing a lot of close people and pets.
Right.
So I mean, I wouldn't, not that Noyce and I were like best friends and texting every day and hanging out, but like, it's not like I'm never thinking about the dude, because like anytime I step into that booth, that's the reason I'm stepping into that booth to record voiceovers. That's the reason I'm, the Jim Ross of YouTube, as I've been called by some of the script writers.
That's cool.
Yeah, that
It was
was
fucking hot in here.
I don't
Oh
have
my God.
I don't have an answer. That's why I put the AC on in
It
between
didn't
songs.
help.
That's because the songs were that song was short and the next song's shorter, so it's not gonna help much. I could put it on and give a little bit of background noise, but there's a noise gate.
I don't care.
Let's see what that does. Let's see how bad it is. Let's put the air conditioner on and see how it goes. All right, let it get up, let it ramp up. I barely hear it. There's a little tiny bit of background noise. It's not bad. We'll deal with it. They'll deal with it. They're okay.
They're fine. No one's listening anyway.
Yeah. Noise was an amazing human. Yeah. Noise helped everybody out, I think, in some way, whether he knew it or not. And, like my life, I can tell you 100% honestly would be absolutely different right now without Mark Noise.
Yeah.
And, I hope he knew how much I appreciated him getting me into the field that I'm in and helping me, kind of get to a point where I could quit my job and work from home and just talk for a living. I really appreciate that every day.
Yeah.
Every day I go in there and I don't have to leave the house and get on a bus for 2 hours and go ride up to, a shithole of a city and and work a boring ass job.
Right.
That's all thanks to Noise. So I was really upset when I heard the news yesterday. I found out on the way home from band practice.
Oh.
I got the message from him. I saw that Jay did like why is somebody messaging the Board Wrestling fan group chat? Like we haven't done anything in that group chat since probably we did that reunion special a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And it was just, guys, I have to tell you something. And like, oh man, like geez, that sucks. And like people who weren't like on Board Wrestling fan who are involved in wrestling, like who weren't like, regulars, who weren't like always on the show with us and didn't interact with us a lot on the actual show. We're like, hey, what happened to Noise? So like, Noise, you got wrestling journalists asking what happened to you, man. So, he was a good dude. Yeah. And it's really, just kind of been like, this has been a bad year for me for friends, like we were kind of discussing last night in the group chat, like, it's like, not only have I lost Brian this year, but G and I both kind of let each other know about people affiliated with the Board family of websites, where it was like, dude, did you hear Tracy died? And him like, hey, Ben died. Like, fuck, like these are, they're not, these aren't just people we know online. Like G knew Ben in person, I think. And I knew Tracy in person, and we all interacted with each other, and Ben's been on Board Wrestling fan and everything like that. So like it's just like, man, this isn't just like seeing somebody on Facebook. Oh yeah, that's sad that guy died.
Yeah. This
is like, oh shit, my friend.
Yeah.
Somebody I actually knew and had interactions with and enjoyed chatting with. So it's been a rough year.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
But trying to get all that emotion out on Saturday and try and leave that all on the stage and hopefully feel a little bit better about things and honor Brian's legacy, because Brian's legacy is the music.
Right.
And we want to do our best and make sure, he's not forgotten and never goes away.
True.
So, we're going to do what we can. Anyway, now that I bummed everyone out.
Yeah.
What's up? You're tired.
I'm really tired.
You're tired. You just want to go to bed. You don't even want to finish the show.
I kind of fuck y'all. Like. Also, I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah, you've mentioned. That's why I mean, hopefully the air conditioner will help a little.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah, she is not holding still at all.
They won't fill my Adderall.
Why won't they fill your Adderall?
Because I don't have a neurologist.
Oh, yeah.
And my neurologist prescribed it, and my psychiatrist isn't about to just be like, oh, yeah, I think you should. They're like, why are you on? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
I get that.
I'm
makes
really tired.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm tired, but that's because I don't sleep.
Yeah.
This thing tells me how much I sleep. It's
Yeah.
not much.
No.
See how long have I slept today? Let's see if I could get that information. Where would I find that? Today. Give me a sec. I've taken 2,791 steps just around the house.
Yeah.
That's cool. My heart rate right now is 81 beats per minute, 82. It's going up. I burned 2,106 calories, 0 floors, 1.24 miles of distance just walking around the house. Where the fuck is sleep? Sleep. There we go. Oh, I got 6 hours and 57 minutes today, apparently.
That's a lot for you.
Yeah, you know what? I think it was. I think I think some of that was like after you got home.
Oh, right. We took a nap.
And you're like, let's take a nap. And I'm like, okay, I'm totally down with taking a nap, even though I have other shit I need to do, like clean the studio and, play set up, the music and everything.
Right.
But it's a Fitbit, Laura. It's not a watch. It monitors my sleep. Tells me if I'm getting good quality sleep.
Yeah.
Tells me how many times I wake up. It tells me when I'm in REM sleep and when I'm in light sleep and when I'm in deep sleep. And
I need something to fiddle with. Gimme.
This should annoy everybody sufficiently. It ripped out.
Oh.
Oh, well, there you go. That should annoy everybody sufficiently, especially me. I gave her some Velcro to play with. This ought to be interesting. Have you noticed a decline in your sleep quality since you cut down on Pepsi? No. Typically, when I cut down on Pepsi, I do. But usually that's because I'm like straight up quitting Pepsi. And I think that's been my problem in the past is I've like quit drinking Pepsi. Where I'm just like, oh, let me stop drinking caffeine and stop drinking Pepsi and start drinking water and doing healthier stuff. And like, typically then I would just not be able to sleep at all. And so that's what I kind of, so now I think that's the difference now is I still drink maybe a bottle of Pepsi a day.
Yeah.
Maybe. Something hit my foot.
It's the Velcro. I'm done with it.
You're done with it?
I'm
Okay.
done with it.
Anyway, I wish I knew where my fidget spinners were. Brian loved those things.
I know.
Anyway, yeah. So, but yeah. So this time around, I think I'm doing better because I'm still drinking caffeine. There's still caffeine in my, intake, even if it is just like Pepsi Zero Sugar. This is empty, by the way.
That's your one for today.
That's my bottle for today. A lot of days, I won't even drink a whole bottle. I'll drink like half of one and pop it in the fridge.
Cool.
Like, okay, yes, Laura, it does tell time. But it's still a Fitbit. It is currently 7:18.
Okay.
My heart rate's 84, 83, 82, 81. It's going down. It's settling. Nope, it's going back up.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. It's I got this watch face that's like half black and half white, and I'm like, Karina, is this ska?
It is.
And it's kind of ska. I can't get it on. Can't get it on. There it goes.
There it is.
Kind of, sort of. Anyway. Yeah. So I'm trying to, like, we're going to have a merch table, obviously, at the show on Saturday.
Right.
And we do take credit cards. However, we can't take credit cards while I'm on stage because it's through my phone. So I was trying to remedy that. And I took my old phone and I put the credit card reader app on there. And I'm like, as long as there's Wi-Fi, we're good. And then I realized we're at Tudor. And that I couldn't get on the Wi-Fi at Tudor last time. No matter what I tried.
Right.
And so, so anyway, I was like, fuck, what do I do now? So I'm like, what if I What if I look at my mobile carriers, see if they have any kind of like tablets with data plans? Because I know they carry smartwatches. We need to ban PayPal / Venmo. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Right.
We got to figure that out. See how that would work. But especially the PayPal, because it is PayPal that we have the card reader through.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Cool.
PayPal. Not sponsored. Anyway, so I set all that up on my phone and on my old phone, and then I was like, fuck, I don't have data. How the fuck am I supposed to do this with no data?
Yeah. So
I was like, you know what? I'll just put the app on your phone, and you could take the credit cards, but then you're not going to be at the show. And I was like, because it's my PayPal info, and you can't, like, I don't think you can like spend money out of my account with the app. But like, I'd rather have you have it than anybody else. So I started looking at my mobile carrier. Like, can I get a tablet that will allow me to use the PayPal here or whatever, app? They have a new one now called PayPal Zettle or some shit like that. But I'm like, can I get a tablet through my carrier? And sure enough, I can get a tablet through my carrier. It's, I pay $20 a month to buy the tablet for 24 months or whatever, and then whatever the data is. Well, I go and I try to put the tablet in my cart to see how much the data is going to cost. And it's like, you have to be I have Spectrum Mobile. It says you have to be a Spectrum Internet customer to get Spectrum Mobile. Like, okay, no problem. I got Spectrum Internet. So I sign in. And it says, your account is not eligible for Spectrum Mobile. I'm a Spectrum Mobile customer. So I'm like, I'm trying to do the chat bot, and it's like, nobody's here. Come back when somebody's available. Like, fuck.
That sucks.
All right, I gotta find a time during the day where I'm not like either engrossed in video games or working or out,
Right.
or something like that, to actually like remember that I want to do this and talk to somebody through the chat. So it's another thing I got to do. I got to call ASCAP. I got to talk to Spectrum. I got to see about, and now when I go on there, the cheaper ones, which are the ones I would buy, because I don't want to, I'm already spending, $75 a month on my mobile bill to pay for my phone and my unlimited data plan.
Yeah.
So the ones I would get would be like the cheaper ones, the two cheaper ones, and they're like, oh, it's sold out. Well, fuck, they weren't sold out last time when I tried to look, but it still tells me, oh no, you're not eligible. How am I not I am a Spectrum Internet customer, which is what they said I need to be. And then like, yeah, chatbots are annoying, but so are fucking phone prompts.
Yeah.
I just want to talk to a fucking operator. Okay, we'll connect you to an operator, but first, press 1 if you want to talk to this operator. Press 2 if you want to talk. Fuck. So, I also don't like talking on the phone. I hate talking on the phone.
I know.
We ordered pizza last week. You're like, let's order pizza. I'm like, you're like, I'll call. Like, okay, cool. Here's what I want.
Yep.
I don't even remember what I get. Pizza rolls, and that's it.
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's where I'm at now, trying to get a tablet to be able to do fucking payments.
Yeah.
But yeah, a banned PayPal. I have to look into that because I don't know how that works if you because we don't have a banned like bank account.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that all works. So I'd have to figure that out. But like that would probably do well because then we could just put it on like whoever's working we could put it on their phone instead of having to have an extra device to be like, this is for taking payments, whereas if I just put it on your phone or, Nikki's phone or whoever's working merch, like just hook this up with Bluetooth and you're set.
Cool.
Run the app.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
the app is not compatible with my Kindle Fire.
Oh, that sucks.
Which, of course, is why I don't have I don't have a data plan on there for, like, mobile data plan. I have to have Wi-Fi. So that would defeat the purpose anyway.
Right.
Which is why I grabbed that old phone, like, oh, if I put it on here, anywhere where there's Wi-Fi, I can do it. But I can't get on the fucking Wi-Fi at Tudor, so
Yeah.
I might just have to be like, here's my phone, here's my unlock pattern. Just fucking, if anybody needs to pay with a credit card.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we're at with that. Fun times, fun times.
Yeah.
But so maybe bring cash to Tudor. If you're not sure,
They have an ATM, don't they?
they do. If you're not sure you like us enough to buy merch before you see us, and we're playing last, and you don't want to like stick around till the end and have to hang out and wait around for us to get back to the table and sell you merch, bring cash. If you know you like us and you want to buy our merch, then come to us before we play, and you can pay with your credit card because I'll have this, and as long as I remember to put it back with the merch.
Maybe you should do that sooner than later.
I should. I it's in here because I was charging it. It was at like half battery. So
Okay.
Tudor is no. I think they take credit cards at the bar.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, they do have an ATM. We know that much.
Yes.
So I think they take cards. I don't know. I don't drink enough to
Yeah.
and when I do get anything, it's typically water, and I'm just giving him like $2 cash tip.
Yeah.
And he never wants to charge me for anything anyway if I'm running a show or if I'm playing a show. So, which is cool. But Chris, let me pay for shit, man. If I'm getting shit,
Yeah.
like, everybody's got to, people got to get paid.
It's true.
Even like we did the charity show, last month. It was like, let me make sure the sound guy gets paid. Let me make sure Ryan gets paid.
Yeah.
And Ryan, Laura, I'm going to disprove you right now. I do, in fact, drink water.
He does.
Anyway,
He does now.
I was drinking water at shows anyway because I hate bar pop.
Yeah, you do.
Fucking hate it. It's gross.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's there so they can mix it in with other shit. It's not
Yeah.
there for like, oh yeah, our customers might want soda instead of beer.
Yeah.
So, by the way, if you're a hockey fan and a ska fan, go vote for Real Big Fish to be the new goal song for the Philadelphia Flyers.
That's pretty cool.
You get to, I will become insanely jealous of Flyers fans because they get to see Gritty at every game.
Yes.
And they might get to hear Real Big Fish whenever the Flyers score, which hopefully is never. But it also might make me hate that song for a day if and when I go to Philadelphia for a game.
Right.
Much like going to Toronto made me hate You Make My Dreams by Hall & Oates for a day. Because that is their goal song.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're still using Let Me Clear My Throat. Because I think one of the options when you go into the, request a song is like when we score a goal. So I don't know what the deal is.
Oh.
So I might maybe I'll request Gur Arg.
You should.
I wonder if they'd like have that and be able to like I don't know what the system is. If they have CDs, if they have Spotify, or what the deal is. I'm sure probably by this point they have like Spotify or something. I don't know. Where's Nick Landers? Nick Landers might have that answer.
Nick Landers.
I messaged Nick yesterday.
Yeah.
I wanted to show him the banner because he designed that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, hey, check this out. Look what I got. And he's like, oh, is that just grilled right to the speaker cloth? I'm like, I didn't even think of that. And then I tried it after like it fell off a couple of times.
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't gonna work neither. It's on there. It's fine. It'll be fine. So
That's good.
I think the problem is like it's just I bought it from like from Family Dollar.
Yeah.
It's tool bench hardware hook and loop tape. It's not
It's not even Velcro.
it's not Velcro brand, and it's not like 3M adhesive.
Yeah.
So like that should have been my first clue that this is not gonna fucking work. I rigged it up so it works. It's fine. I just didn't want to spend the $75 or whatever the fuck it was going to cost for the actual like thing made specifically for this purpose. I was like, let me just go with my banner company that did our banner and put that shit up there. get out your boombox and play an X on it. What the fuck is an X? I don't know what that is. Anyway, and I just listened to a great couple of podcasts about the history of portable music. Thank you, Alan Cross. We'll talk about Alan Cross when we come back, too.
Oh, yeah.
But this, right now, let's talk about Johnny Revolting.
Okay, let's.
I've seen them a couple of times now. And the first time, I've been to a bunch of shows, but they always played last, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta catch a bus home. Oh, X as in, like, the mathematical, like, variable X.
Oh, I get it.
Gotcha. I get you. Anyway, so I went to a couple of, and then finally I'm out one night. I was I was having a rotten night, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Johnny Revolting's playing. I'm staying out.
Yeah.
And I stayed, and I saw Johnny Revolting, and I saw them play, and I'm like, you know what? I fucking saw these guys at the Continental like a decade ago. And we're finally getting to play with them, and this song is called Typical Day on all WNY, the ThinkSoJoE Show. That was Johnny Revolting on all WNY, ThinkSoJoE Show.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna let you you can just kind of chime in when you feel okay.
That's
like
what I usually do.
I know, just I don't want you to feel like obligated to
I'm
finish
super
if you're not.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I'm saying you're not like obligated to.
I'm fine.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're gonna be all right. We got 23 minutes to go.
The countdown really helps.
It does. That's the typical length of a podcast you listen to, is it not? 23 minutes?
I haven't listened to that in a long time.
I was listening to a podcast the other day. It's The Ongoing History of New Music with Alan Cross.
Yes.
One of my favorite, like from when I was younger, and it was a radio show. It still is a radio show.
Yeah.
But one of my favorites, and I kind of like, when I'm doing voiceovers, I kind of try to like do it in an Alan Cross style in some instances,
Yeah.
if the situation seems right for that. And I've been a big fan since, back in the 90s, listening to it on 102.1 up in Canada, The Edge.
Yeah.
And and now the podcast version. He did a great couple of episodes on the history of portable music. The biggest social tout is no more. Anyway, so and it was great. Fascinating. Like everything from like the invention of the transistor radio all the way up till now with streaming and into the future with chips being implanted into your brain. And of course, you know what the hackers are going to do. Anyway, but had an interesting Alan Cross sighting the other day. Wasn't expecting it. Alan Cross on Twitter shouted out our friends at the helm.
That's so cool.
Said he really enjoyed it. Thought it was like proggy pop rock, like, and of course, they love that because they're music nerds like us,
Yeah.
and so that was so cool to see like Alan Cross is like, oh, you want to know okay, well I don't think I spoiled it. I think he'll be all right anyway. But yeah, he didn't mention him on air. He mentioned him in a tweet. So, but that's so cool. Like, hey, those are my friends. That's so cool. Like Alan Cross, this dude I've been listening to for at least like 20 fucking years, probably more.
Yeah.
Just shouted out my friends.
Yeah.
On fucking Twitter and said he enjoyed their music. Like, how cool is that? So, congrats at the helm for getting noticed by fucking the man, Alan Cross.
Right.
Like the music podcast guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's amazing. WWE also spent a lot of money on fucking NFTs, and you see where that got them. Anyway, Laura's in the chat talking about fucking Tout, former social media platform that WWE partly owned. But yeah, it's Facebook and Twitter, Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and all the Facebook-owned shit all went down the other day for a couple of hours. I'm sitting here and I got Facebook open and all of a sudden it's like, you're offline. I'm like, no, the fuck I'm not. And it's like, the site won't load, but everything else will. So like, that's interesting. And then I get a text from my mom like, hey, are you on Facebook? Like, no, Mom, nobody is. So, my mom was like, oh, okay, I just wanted to see if it was just me. Like, no, Mom, there's websites that will tell you if it's just you. That's how I know it wasn't just me, because I went to Down Detector and it was down.
Oh.
So, and then I went to sleep anyway because I hadn't been to bed.
Right.
I put on my nice little sleep mask I got from Lily. It's got headphones built in, so you put on whatever fucking music you want, and you just go right to block out all the light. You go right to sleep.
I feel like that's not going to be a problem for me come like 8:05.
No, I'm sure it won't be.
No.
But it was really, it was she said it helped Brian when he had one, because it would turn off the music in his head and play other people's music so he could just listen instead of thinking.
Yeah.
And so that's like, yeah, that makes sense. I can see Brian needing something like that. And I wasn't, I kind of figured it might help me a little because like I sleep during the day a lot.
Yeah.
And so like I did that. I put on my sleep mask. I set I went on the Fitbit app on my phone and said, I'm going to sleep, which apparently I don't have to do. It apparently automatically knows. It guesses when you fall asleep, I guess. So it's like, oh, you haven't moved in an hour. You're sleeping, is my understanding of how that works. But the first night I had it, I was like, oh, let me set this to this, and then I went to sleep and woke up, and Facebook and everything was back up, and I saw like I had missed messages from you, and it was like, oh, hey, it's 7:30 at night. Let me text her back. So WWE created a football league twice, both failed. Well, let's be fair here, because the second iteration of the XFL was actually pretty good. They weren't trying to do all the gimmicky shit they did the first time around, and it probably would have gone at least to a second season had COVID not hit, and then it's like, well, it's not worth running the league if we're not making any revenues. And that's why it failed the second time, and now The Rock owns the XFL and will probably be fielding one in a few years. So we'll see round 3 of the XFL and see if The Rock can do any better, hopefully without the need to battle through a global pandemic to do so. So, that's what that is. Anyway, fucking tout. I remember tout. That was stupid. But it's like it was like 15-second videos. So it was basically like what Vine ended up being.
Okay.
So it was like a competitor to like Vine. And of course Vine like took the fuck off before it disappeared itself. So who will not? The Rock? I'm not sure where the conversation's going here. Anyway, but yeah, I hope he does have success. I wish last year's was successful because it was fun to watch until like all of a sudden it's like, well, we can't have fans in the stadium. Well, I guess we're done. See ya. So hopefully, we'll see. So, and that's all you can do with basically anything really is just wait and see. So, which is a great song by the Abrupters. It is. I got it on vinyl twice over here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have a misprinted vinyl and a regular vinyl, and they didn't ask for the misprinted one back. They're just like, here's a new one. Like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. They're on different color vinyl. It's cool. It's like, oh, I got the collection going now. I got to see if there's any other colors I need to get now.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to On the Cinder releasing their EP, their new EP on vinyl. They said it's taking a little while longer.
Yeah.
There's like a shortage on the resources they need to actually like make the vinyl. So it's probably going to take a little while longer than they anticipated. They said they're never going to do a 10-inch again. This is going to be the last one. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying all this. This was told to me. But I guess it was, but I'd imagine full lengths will see like 12-inch vinyl from them again. Because, both of their other albums are currently available on vinyl. If you haven't got them, Lamplighter and The Fight Against Ourselves, that the first one, I think. If I'm remembering correctly here, those would be the ones you can get on their Bandcamp. So, yeah, and I'm sure we'll have On the Cinder at some point soon. They've got that EP coming out. It's actually coming out, I think it's coming out this week, if I'm not mistaken. Might be out now. I know it's coming. I know he said it was coming out this week, and that they would have loved to jump on the show on Saturday to be the fourth band. Yeah. Except they have fantasy hockey drafts that night. And believe me when I tell you, you don't want to miss your fantasy hockey draft. I missed one when I was doing the fantasy hockey thing. I only did it for like 3 seasons. But the one season I did not go and participate like in the draft and just let it auto pick for me, I didn't make the playoffs. The other 2 years I made the playoffs. So, it's very important, especially, I don't know if they're playing for money or what, but it's very important that they set their draft rosters. They get who they want on their team. So, I understand. I'm not, I'm not holding that against them.
Right.
Dreadnecks actually reached out to me. Grant reached out to me. He said, hey, I'm asking the guys right now about playing your show. Like, oh, okay, cool. And then he's like, oh, I thought this was for the November 13th show. I'm like, no, I'm looking for a band for October, for this Saturday. But if you guys, like, I don't want to do 4-band bills after this one, but I will make an exception if you guys want to jump on that show.
Right.
Because I still think they would fit in perfectly between us and Claymore. And it would still be a nice flow between, like, Smitten for Trash, Living Braindead, and Dreadnecks and Claymore.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Lazy Ass Destroyer, who I know is not listening to the show. He's back home in Cincinnati, thankfully. Back home with his wife and kids. Had a cardiologist appointment today. I have not seen how that went yet. But I know he was looking forward to seeing his cardiologist. So hopefully a speedy recovery is on the docket for Mr. Destroyer. So he could come back and destroy your lazy asses soon, and we can make him heart-shaped cookies.
Yes.
I keep telling him, I'm like, man, I'm telling you, as soon as you're better and back in Buffalo, heart-shaped cookies, bro.
Absolutely.
Let's go with those car crash cookies we made the last time. So hopefully he's doing all right. He's, that was a kind of scary situation. Again, like I said last week, Bill Manspeaker thought he was going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Like in the car on the way to the hospital. He's like, you're going to fucking die, dude. But no, he survived. He spent a week on Bill Manspeaker's couch and survived that. And, yeah. So, Joe bought a what? MS. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that means. I don't know. Do you have any idea what she's talking about? Because I don't.
Music shirt.
So she bought the music shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
No, she didn't. You did.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I wore it in the Things
That's
You Might
true.
Not Know video this week about Glenn Danzig.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. About being a creepy ass stalker who might be a little too obsessed with Glenn Danzig.
Oh.
Glenn may not be a goddamn son of a bitch, but anyway. That stalker, on the other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still got to shoot next week's video. I haven't done that yet.
No.
My setup is it's easier now than it was before. So I'm like more inclined to just be like, yeah, I'll fucking save that for next week. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I really should shoot more than one at once, because then by the time I get around to shooting the other one, it's like, oh, this has got to be online in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oops. So anyway, yeah, but yeah, more of the music shirt on things you might not know this week, and talked about music. So Mr. Danzig, and great script, of course, as usual. Great music, of course, as usual. On the in the show. I was talking to John again yesterday. I said, man, we've got to get you somewhere in the intro of the podcast, because Kevin does the intro and Brian's got the how's everyone doing tonight bit. And we got to get you something to do on Things You Might Not Know, so you get a credit like Kevin and Brian, and then it's all like, this is, living Braindead shit.
Yeah.
So we need to find jobs for John. Need to find jobs for John. He'll, that'd be cool, right? To have John involved some way, somehow.
That would be cool.
So, hopefully, maybe we'll find something. Somebody had said he needs to like be the Vanna White on Things You Might Not Know and just turn the pictures over.
That would be so cute.
And obviously we can make that happen. It's just like, but then they were like, well, he needs to wear a sequin dress. Laura wants to know about the pizza and cookies world.
So I don't know who of you it was, but somebody came into the pizzeria and bought 16 cookies and took my display and all of the cookies that were out. I'm just like, was it Misha? Was it Nick and Jenny? No, it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's cool though that somebody
It's
bought that
really
many
cool.
fucking cookies.
I know.
And took your display box.
I know.
That we
that
worked
kind of sucks.
that we worked so hard on.
I know.
At least they made you a new one.
Yeah.
You said it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. They used a slice box.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Whatever works.
Excuse
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mo money. You told me never to do that again. I'm just gonna do it anyway. She just threw a patch at me.
Yep. I'm like, I have another one.
She does. This is how we lose patches.
You just have to clean your studio.
You probably only need to film him doing the motions once and then just fancy edit it into. Well, of course. But because I change my wardrobe every episode, he needs to change his wardrobe every episode. So
think
he's got to do it every week.
You're absolutely
He's
right.
got to come in with like 17 different dresses, and then we could shoot like 17 weeks of content,
That sounds like a really good plan.
right?
Yeah.
So, and then like by the time that cycles through, it'll be like, nobody remembers he wore this dress, except for Laura.
Accessorize differently.
Yeah, Karina makes grown-up money.
I guess I do.
I apparently make sit on my ass money.
Yeah.
That's
Which happens to be much better than grown-up money.
yeah. I like making sit on my ass money. I like making not leaving the house money.
Yeah.
It's way better than like, especially like when there was a global pandemic going on. I'm like, I don't want to get on buses and you. I still don't want to get on buses half the time, but it's like, I want this thing. I can get a Fitbit for half price. Let me go. Let me go to fucking Target at 6:30 in the fucking morning. So I use Google Maps to tell me where to go. Basically, like what buses to take and shit, right?
Would you say you Googled where to go?
No. Anyway, Google would not allow me to say I Googled where I went. Anyway. So I pull up Google Maps, and it's like, you have to walk and catch you have to walk up to Abbott, you have to catch the 14, and you have to take get downtown and then take the 20 up Elmwood, and then walk from Elmwood over to cut behind Tops and go to Target. Because that's where there's a Tops, and then there's the Target's on Delaware, the Tops is on Elmwood, but they're like right back to each other with a lot, like a road in between. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. You just walk, like a I don't want to say a road, but like an alley, I guess, maybe. So like, okay, that's cool. I was sitting at the 25 stop thinking I had to take the Delaware bus. It's like, nope, you have to take I saw the Elmwood bus. I'm like, shit, is that what I'm supposed to take? Fuck. Like, yep, that's what I'm supposed to take. Better go over to the fucking Elmwood stop, which is, the next stop over. But still, it's like, oh, I got to be over there, not over here. But while I'm sitting downtown, I see the 15 come downtown, which is the bus that's right over at the end of the street here. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I didn't have to fucking walk all the way up to Abbott. I could have slept in a little longer and walked up to Seneca and fucking caught this bus instead and been here way on time to catch this other bus. Like, that sucks. Oh, well. And then I got there. That's all that matters. Got there, got home, got my Fitbit, paid half price.
Half price Fitbit.
Yeah. I'm not going to, it's a $230 gadget for $115. I'm going to be like, I'll wait till that price comes around again. And that was like, I need to do this now or it's not happening. So I talked myself into it. Got it. Kind of glad I did. Kind of also like, why the fuck did I get this? But also really glad to have the heart rate monitor and the sleep thing is nice. And also it, keeps track of my weight and shit. So, along with the scale that I bought last week too. But
right.
Yeah. You got home. You're like, so I need a Fitbit to use this thing? And like, no, it's you can weigh yourself. You're like tapping it with your foot. Like, how do I use it? Like you step on it like a scale.
Yes.
Which my mom has like a digital scale, so I know like you have to do the tap your foot thing on most of them to turn it on. This one, you literally just step on it, tells you your weight, displays the weight for like a minute, turns off.
Yeah.
Saves a battery that way, I think.
Okay.
So, but it was $100 for a watch. It's more than a watch, Laura. I was having a conversation with somebody about sneakers the other day.
Oh, God.
There was this video going around Twitter of CM Punk buying 2 pairs of sneakers for, I think it was like $1,800, maybe I think it was $1,800. It might have been $18,000. I don't remember. I know it was 18. I think it was 1,800 plus, so it was between 18 and 1,900. And he's like, you have a pair of $40,000 shoes over there. And the guy's like, yes, we do. And, I'm having this conversation like, I don't think I've ever paid even $100 for a pair of shoes. I have custom shoes that cost me $75.
Yeah.
And like, actually, it might have even been less than that. And I'm thinking of getting like custom ones with custom logo on them.
Yeah.
And those are $90. Like I looked up my boots and I'm like, I paid $65 for these really good fucking boots. Why would anybody? Why would you pay that much for sneakers?
Yeah.
What are you paying for? You're paying for the name? You're paying because it's Nike, because it's got a silhouette of Michael Jordan on it? Is that what you're paying for?
Right.
What the fuck? I like Michael Jordan. I still think he's the greatest of all time. Fuck LeBron James. But, like, I'm not going to buy a pair of shoes with his silhouette on it for, $350 fucking dollars. Like, that's just asinine.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at these Simpson shoes that are like $150, and I'm like, nah. Those are cool and all, but would I ever fucking wear them?
Yeah.
I'd be too worried about ruining them.
That's how I feel about my mushroom sneakers.
Yeah, with that Molly painted for you?
Yes.
Yeah. Molly did our great Whisper painting back here,
Yes.
too. Got to see if she'll do a Tigger one for us
I
now.
know.
That was a hard day.
It really was.
I have, I took a picture of it, and I didn't share it on social media yet, but I have in the front hallway, you know, there's those, on the top shelf, there's those cats.
Yeah.
There's the 3 like statue type ones,
Yeah.
and then the little wooden ones. Well, the 3 statue ones, when we got those represented Tigger, Whisper, and Carrie.
I know.
And they're all. I took the picture and I was gonna post it and be like, you know, these were meant to represent my 3 cats I had at the time, and now they're all no longer with us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard being a pet owner, I guess.
Yeah,
you know.
sometimes.
But on a more positive note, this Saturday is the All WNY Punk Show 2021.
It's going to be awesome. I'm really jealous.
Featuring Tsunami, Tsurprise, Johnny Revolting, Living Braindead, and hopefully one more band. Hopefully, we're still holding out hope that we get a band. There's still time. Hopefully, we'll have one more announced by Saturday and be able to do everything in the timing that we wanted to do. It's $5 at the door, 21 and up with ID. If you're wondering, they're not. Tudor is not currently, you know,
Carding?
Well, no, don't say that.
No, I meant for vaccines.
Right, they're not checking for your vaccine. You don't need to be vaccinated to go there. We do. If you're not vaccinated, insist that you wear a mask.
Yeah, be respectful.
If you don't and you get sick, it's your own dumbass fault.
Yeah.
But you know, but please, if you're not vaccinated, come to the show, wear a mask. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just for your protection. It's for our protection too, a little bit, but we're not going to get as sick as you are if you're not vaccinated. So, you know, I tried yelling at you. I tried reasoning with you. Just wear a fucking mask. That's all I'm asking. That's a simple fucking ask, is it not? Right. Anyway, this is the Living Braindead, and
yes.
This song is called Violated on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show, and we'll see you next week.